there, my name's Ms.RedNebula and welcome back to Planet Zoo. And today's build is just continuing on with the ape-renticeship, the Madagascan something, the one that's got all the monkeys, and the lemurs, and all of that stuff. I did fix the extremely silly thing that I did there with the paths where you had the stairs going down and then immediately going back up. I don't know why on earth I didn't notice that when I was building it, but as soon as I started working on fixing the recording and stuff, I took one look at that and went, okay, that was silly. I think probably it was because I was looking at it from up above, you know? In any case, so just wanted to talk a little bit about how I plan out builds like this. My thought process usually goes, I have some kind of thing in my head, and then I'll do just a quick sketch on paper, and then it's nothing big, just kind of like plotting out, I want to have like these two different islands, want to have some water in between them, and things like a bridge so that the keeper can get everywhere that they need to and all of that stuff. I think I ended up rebuilding the fence a couple times here. It took a little bit to get what I wanted to have going here. So I did the fence in the brickwork first because you can curve the bricks. Little section up at the front there that was null fences, and you'll see why in a minute, but changing all of the bricks over to the wood style, because for whatever reason as you're building you can't curve the wood pieces, but yet we know that they are able to be curved because basically this entire scenario has all of these sections with curved sections of wooden fence in it. So I don't know, it's got to be a bug of some kind, and I'm sure that that's something that they'll fix sooner or later, is make it so that we can curve the wooden fences like we're supposed to. I realized that there was way too much space in the habitat first off, so did a little bit more fixing and getting it back where I think it'll work a little bit better. Really happy with how the finished habitat turned out, but it turns out that all of the climbing posts and stuff are just... There's something I was definitely still not understanding, and you'll see that by the end of this video. I'll go into a couple of sections where I'm just going at real time rather than these speed up ones that I'm talking about afterwards. I did figure out some of the problems that I was having later on, which mostly had to do with how the climbable sections, it doesn't really want you to have all of those flat pieces laying parallel to the ground. That apparently does not constitute part of the climbing structure. It wants to have all of these different pieces at diagonal angles, and just the little narrow pieces and stuff like that is what it finally in the end ended up counting as climbable habitat. So still kind of getting the hang of that. I looked in the help section and I couldn't find anything in there about how to do the climbing stuff correctly, so once I figure all of that stuff out, you can be sure that I'll probably be making a tutorial on it and just say, okay, this is what I finally figured out is how this stuff's supposed to work. In any case, started building up some of the stuff here with the trees. I did also look at how I believe it was the orangutan exhibit that had that really, really awesome bridge in it. So one thing that I wanted to do was make it so that you had these two big trees on top of these two separate islands, which turned out to not entirely be islands, but that's okay. And then connect them via a nice long suspension bridge like that, and then have lots of other stuff, and then a bridge down underneath so that the keepers could get everywhere they needed to get to. So all of that worked out fine. It just was that my amount of climbing space, I could not figure out how to get it higher. And of course, the chimps, like most apes, are going to need quite a bit of climbing that they'd be able to do in their habitat. So yeah, this one turned out to be a little bit frustrating, but honestly, it was my first time messing around with doing climbing stuff, and I'm really glad that I did, but it was a little bit like, oh my gosh, chimps, you guys are gonna drive me completely bananas. And I get to make that joke now because I failed on my opportunity to make that joke later on in the video, and you'll see that bit. In any case, so I'm going to leave you guys with some music while we finish up the time lapse, and I'll be back right around the, I think it's probably around the 9-minute mark. I'll put a number up on the screen when I come back into it with actual real-time stuff in case you go, if you want to skip to that or if you want to watch the time lapse. Either way is good by me. See you in a bit. Right, so I'm now outside of the speed build because I'm just about to adopt a pair of chimpanzees, or more than a pair of chimpanzees. I'm not actually sure whether this is going to work or not because I've never built one of these climbing type exhibits before, but it'll be very interesting to find out. So let's go ahead and get ourselves some chimpanzees. That's under Western chimpanzee, so way down the bottom here. There's two. Only two? Ugh, I wonder if I should wait. I mean, you're a really good chimpanzee. A couple of ladies. Okay, well, let's grab her and you're not quite as good, but that's okay. I won't judge. Let's get you sent here and him. You sent here too. Used up a fair chunk of the leaves we've got in here, but that's okay too. Let's see, I want to keep checking to see if we've got any more chimps available. No. Okay. Because it did say that the total number that we should have was pretty high. They want 5 to 15, so I'm actually going to be in some trouble if I can't get a few more chimps in here. So up to 10 males, up to 10 females. So it really doesn't matter if we're getting males and females. They're going to be a little bit miffed at me when they first come in. That's alright, let's get this unpaused. I've got a trail coming from over here that goes all the way over a nice little bridge and right to the habitat. Keeper hut and a staff room, and let's, while we're waiting for the critters to turn up. Oh, facility without power. Oops. Okay. I can do something about that. I'm just going to put a nice ugly power thingy right back here too. That's facilities. If I click on the right thing, that'd be brilliant. Oh, I can do a solar one. Not quite so ugly then. Let's stick that like... right back here is just fine. Is it unhappy because it's in the shade? Seems like it's working fine. Okay, I'm pretty sure that you lovely chimps are... See, I knew she was going to do that.
Splendid! But now that you've adopted all these lovely new species, we need to make sure they're nice and happy. So let's get the average welfare across the zoo nice and high, shall we? And by we, I mean you. Go on, get
me,
to it.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, let's do that. You guys are just right on top of each other, and that looks extremely silly. Okay, this should be powered now, so the first thing that I definitely want to do is make sure that I get a keeper assigned to these guys. So let's get our staff, hire a new keeper, and make ourselves a work zone specifically for these lovely chimps. That is this, and this, and this. Oh, not that, because that's just for them. That's fine. I don't actually have anybody assigned to that one too. That's not good. So I've got what I want to have all in this one. Cool. So this is the keeper and the chimpanzees. Cool. Do that. My brand new little staff here. Hello. Who is officially the keeper of the chimps. Whose name is going to be Jane Goodall. Am I remembering that right? I'm hoping that's the right name. I'm going to look really silly otherwise. That's alright. You've got a staff room, you've got a keeper hut, and we've got access to the other stuff in case that's needed. I'm just going to make sure that I remember to also assign a keeper over to the other stuff there too. So social, I know. Oh my gosh, you're injured too? Why? Oh, you poor baby. Your welfare's gonna suck right now. Insufficient size or crowding? Oh, it's because I don't have quite enough climbing stuff for them yet. I know that I'm going to need quite a bit more based on how many critters are actually coming in here too. How about that though? I got the grass and everything perfect for them. I think that's a first. Hard shelter, perfect. So you guys just need more climbing, and the vines aren't Really? Oh, why did I see that? I thought those were tropical and... Eh. Click on the right thing, shall we? Thought that those were tropical and Africa for some reason. I thought wrong. Oh, you poor chimps. Oh, out of the building. And take a look at the chimps. Okay, so while I'm getting all of that set up, I will go ahead and go back into speed build mode and get this place nice and set up for them. So I'll be with you guys again at the end of the video. Okay, I managed to get all 5 of the chimpanzees that I wanted. I put them all in quarantine because it seems like that's a good idea to do that when you're getting new animals in, as they might come in with diseases or injuries and you can check them out first. So everybody is now past quarantine, and it is time to move them into their enclosure, which has a whole mess of climbing stuff in it now. Okay, so we want you guys to go. And it's raining, of course. Everybody come here. It's gonna take a minute or two for them to get here, and I'm just hoping that... Wow. Oh, vet research. Cool. We're just researching frogs at the moment. I realized that there was actually already some research done on chimpanzees, thank goodness. So I can do stuff like, Oh, I could up their food. If you don't know how to do that, you go to the Animals tab, go to this drop down, and you can see that you can give them grade 2 food quality. I guess Nancy did explain that in one of the other in one of the other career mode ones, didn't she? Hopefully these guys are going to be able to get to everything. I love how the rain looks. And I did go ahead and just leave the vines and stuff on here because they look good, and I don't think that it matters that much if some of the stuff in the habitat isn't appropriate, as long as you have enough stuff that is. Okay, we're still just waiting for them to turn up. Chimps! Okay, can you climb? Can you do it? Oh. Made it part way up and went, nah, this is too much trouble. Hello, beautiful. Ah. Just gonna jump all over everything. There's so much climbing space that they needed in this thing. It's gonna be good. Oh, look at you go straight up that. You didn't even need all that stuff to lead you along the way. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck and forget to eat. You're kind of tiny. Okay, social group is still a little bit troublesome. Space is still a thing. So yeah, that's what I was worried about, is when we get all of the chimps in here, is there going to be enough climbing space even so? They need a ton of it. And technically, I think if I replaced this stuff with these platforms, that would be better. Oh, hang on. I just realized that you can't currently see my mouse cursor. It would help if I turned that on, wouldn't it? Right. What I meant to say is that it would help to probably replace this stuff here with these pieces, because as you can see, if we find ourselves a chimp, there's a chimp. Hello, chimp. I should put something fun out here for them. If we find ourselves a chimp and then we go, okay, to the heat map and habitat, can you not get to this one? That might be part of the problem, is if they can't get to it, then they're not going to be too happy with it. Why can't you get to it? You can climb up there. That's weird. But anyhow, so anything that there is climbable will have these green lines on it and stuff, and that includes if trees are climbable like this. So, I thought that was a nice touch too, as you can really see what's going on with that. So the climbable stuff is what you guys are really going to be upset about. How do I get to where you can get on these? Okay, turn heat map off. I'm just going to lower this whole thing down a little bit and see if maybe they can get on it from there. And off they go back into boxes. Guys! And you little darlings, would you kindly unbox yourselves? Silly things. So, really? Oh my goodness. Literally, how much of this do you need? Okay, now it's not showing it. Monkey. Well, that one's showing as being climbable now. Okay, you guys need 200 square meters of climbable stuff. My gosh. Okay, let me lower this one down a bit so that it can be accessed. Hey, little monkeys. Because that's considered climbable down there. It's really a huge hit on their welfare. Like, I guess I'm just gonna have to replace these things with climbables, too. Yes, yes, deal with it. I mean, if that's not enough climbing space, that's kind of bonkers. Or do they need more stuff that's kind of upright? Eeh. These apes are gonna drive me bonkers. Okay, I'm gonna do something with these here. Because I like when each of them kind of shares a corner. I think that looks cool. Something like that. You guys just want more stuff that goes up? Because I can definitely give you more stuff that goes up. Let's see. Turn that this way. There are so many notifications. Oh my gosh. Everybody seriously just deal with it. Whatever it is. I don't care. I am getting my chimps happy. Ooh. Heck of a jump. How about a... Nah, one of these ones, I think. One of these so you don't have to do crazy superhero jumps to get up there, eh? What? Right then. I can see I still have a fair bit of stuff to learn about doing the climbable habitats. Unbox, you silly thing. Well, on the plus side, everybody loves them. That's great. Did you just climb up that? That's awesome. Alright, let's go a little bit crazy with getting more of these things coming out this way. If we just need a whole bunch more of them, I can make that happen. Come this way. And down like that. I think it's just that chimps need a lot of space to go climbing. But just vertical stuff doesn't necessarily do it for them. Just want that one out like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing again here. Pull this out, bring it over. Like I say, at least people are happy. They're happy with the chimps. Remember what else we really have to do, but a lot of it has to do with getting all of the animals' welfare and happiness up a bit, which, well, is what we're trying to do right now. Right? What was it? What is our last objective? Increase the average habitat species overall welfare to 90%. We're at 73. Y'all just knocked one of your things into the water. Look at you! So those vines aren't exactly something that is supposed to be in a chimp's habitat, but the chimps will still sit on them. You know what? I'm not going to complain about that. That's kind of adorable. And the fact that the vine is actually kind of wiggling from the animals being on it. So that's gotta count as some climbing space, right? Yeah, you play on those. That's so cool that they climb those. Okay, how's our climbing space doing now? You guys want to be up here like 24/7. Oops. No. Exit that. I want to click on a minky. Okay, come back here. Goofballs. Really? Okay, can they not get to those then? They can't get to this one. I don't know why they can't get to this one, because they can climb up there. But I'll move it up. The different ways that critters can get around is really kind of puzzling. Oh, for goodness sakes. Boo. What? 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 I'm very confused right now. What do you mean they escaped and then they didn't escape? Heck with these climbing critters. Is this too close over here or something? Because obviously if they can make that jump, they could get out. Let's see. Give us a chimp to look at. Where? Guys. Where are you? There you are. Probably all up the trees now. Right, so is there an escape point anywhere? No. Game, you've got some issues to work out. It still keeps saying 106. What is wrong with the stuff I've built? They did not. Shush. What is going on with... Where? That's a box. Well, okay, I think I've fought with these chimps enough for one episode. I'm gonna leave this one here. Feel free to like or comment, and if you want random updates from my little world of art and gaming, subscribe. If you enjoy what I do and are interested in supporting the channel, check out my Patreon. A big thank you to my current patrons. That's all for now. Bye!